സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം
Namaskaram.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste. Yeah. Audio is clear? Audio is okay?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, Vinod. Yeah. Okay, we'll start. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paranparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vasudevasudam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Parthaya Pradibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Ghatitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrtavarshinim Bhagavatim Nashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandaddhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Namostu te Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullarabindayata Patranetra Enatvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradipah Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetrekaparnaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mrtaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanam Danaham Partho Vatsasudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Mrtam Mahat Vasudevasudam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronatata Jayadrathajalagam Dharanilopala Shalyagrahavati Kripena Vahani Karnela Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Kalu Pandavai Rananadi Kaivartaka Kesavaha Parasharyavachasarojamamalam Gidarthagandhotkatam Nanakhyanakakesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam Muda Bhuyad Bharata Pangajam Kalimala Pradham Sinashreyase मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्नुं दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्दं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. Om. Good morning and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the 12th chapter, Bhakti Yogam, and we have completed up to verse number 8. Eight verses. Mayyeva mana adhatsva mayi buddhim niveshaya nivasishyasi mayyeva ata urdhvam na samshayaha. Mayyeva, you fix your mind, okay, and your intellect in me alone. Fix your mind and intellect in buddhi and the mind in me. In me means Bhagavan, in me alone. Okay. Then thereupon you shall live in me entirely. See, you shall live in me. I mean, you will always be in me at all times. If you fix your mind and buddhi, both your intellect and your mind, if you fix it in me, then you afterwards you will be in me. Always you nivasishyasi. You will stay in me. Na samshayaha. There is no doubt about it. This is what Bhagavan said in this 8th verse. And let us see what Bhagavan says in the 9th verse. See, 9th verse. Adha chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayi sthiram abhyasa yogena tadaha mamichhaptum dhananjaya. Adha chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayi sthiram abhyasa yogena tadaha mamichhaptum dhananjaya. See, what Bhagavan says is that if very few people can fix their mind and buddhi always in Bhagavan at all times. How many people can do this? Because of the power of Maya, it will pull our mind to other things in this world. So it is not so easy. So for that, what Bhagavan prescribes is this. Atha mayi eva. 9th verse. Atha mayi chittam. Now, in case if your mind, see here me means, one second, join. Yeah. Here mayi chittam. Here me means Brahma Pratikam. Already we discussed, those who are who cannot do meditation or who cannot worship Darguna Brahman, it is possible. You can have Ishta Devata. Okay, any Ishta Devata is fine. So you can fix your mind on that Ishta Devata. So Atha Mayi Chittam. In case in me, if your mind Sthiram Samadhatum na Shaknoshi. If your mind is not getting controlled, if your mind is not able to fix on me, steadily fixing in me, not able to focus in me at all times, if you cannot, then Tataha, hey Arjuna, Abhyasa Yogena Mam Aptum Ichha. Abhyasa Yogena. You practice it. Okay? You practice. So, if your mind and buddhi cannot be fixed continuously in me, you do abhyasam, repeated practice. If you are unable to fix your mind steadily on me, oh Dhananjaya, then Mam Aptum Ichha. That is the point. Okay? By practice. So what you have to do is Mam Aptum Ichha. You try to reach me. Your desire should be Bhagavat Prapti. Okay? That Ichha you keep. Okay? With that Ichha you practice. See, what is Abhyasam? Abhyasa means repeated practice. That is abhyasam. So repeated practicing is called abhyasam. So this both it can be nirgunopasana or let it be sagunopasana. One second. So let it be sagunopasana or it can be nirgunopasana. Doesn't matter. Both nirgunopasana or sagunopasana, if it must be the practice repeatedly bring the mind, okay, bring your mind repeatedly to Bhagavan. Whether it is nirgunopasana is also fine, or if anyone has got Ishta Devata like Shiva or Krishna or Kali or Mahavishnu, Ganapati, any Ishtadevata, according to the individual's Ishtadevata whom each one has been practiced of doing pujas or things like that, fix the mind on that Ishtadevata repeatedly, okay, remember God. When there is forgetfulness, if we forget something, we have to bring it back, we have to remember it, right? When we remember when we forget. Okay, so whenever we forget, we bring our mind back to the thought of Bhagavan. Okay, so that is the repeated practice. Repeated practice we have to do. Why? We have to have some desire to have Bhagavan. Okay, Mam aptum ichha. You have the desire, you seek me. See, you seek to reach me. Praptum means you reach me. So you have the desire to reach me. And for this, you repeatedly think of me. Repeatedly you remember me. That's all. Also we have to think that whatever is happening in our lives, it is the Bhagavan's ichha, it is the God's wish, it is not my wish, it is the Bhagavan's ichha, it is the Bhagavan's game it is going on. So think of that as it is all Bhagavan's game. So it is Bhagavan's ichha, his ichha. I don't have that ichha, I don't have any desire. And keep remembering God at all times. If you cannot, then try to remember it. When the mind is distracted, when the mind is getting disturbed, bring the mind back to the thought of Bhagavan, that Sarvam Ishwaramayam, Sarvam Brahmamayam, okay, or Sarvam Krishnamayam, Sarvam Shivamayam, like that. We bring our mind back, and it is all because of the Bhagavan's ichha that those things are, whatever is happening there. And pray to God that please make me not forget you. Pray to Bhagavan, please don't make me forget you. Make me always remember you. Okay, this should be our prayer to Bhagavan. Remembering Bhagavan at all times. Okay, so for that, it is a good practice to have some meditation. Already in Dhyana Yogam we discussed that. So meditate for some time in the morning, in the evening, like that, so that this meditation, the practice of remembering Bhagavan, will continue during the other times also. During the other times also, this will help remembering Bhagavan in transactions also. This is what Bhagavan says. So practice and practice and practice. This will definitely lead to Bhagavat Prapti. This is the promise. So we'll move to the 10th verse. Abhyasepyasamarthosi. 10th verse. Abhyasepyasamarthosi mat karma paramo bhava madarthamapi karmani kurvan siddhim avapsyasi. Abhyasepyasamarthosi mat karma paramo bhava madarthamapi karmani kurvan siddhim avapsyasi. If you cannot practice this Abhyasa Yoga, that trying to remember me at all times, think of me as Sarvam Brahmamayam, everyone, whatever I am seeing, smelling, tasting, etc., touching, everything is God. And remembering God, if it becomes too difficult, if it is difficult, see earlier what said Bhagavan said in the 8th verse, Bhagavan said, Mayeva mana adhatsva. Keep your mind and your buddhi in me at all times. Then na samseha, you will remain in me. You will stay in me. But if this is not possible, then practice it. That is the next verse, abhyasam. Try to practice it. Ada chittam samadhadum na shaknoshi. If you cannot, mind is not getting controlled steadily, it's not coming back, then you practice it. Think of me whenever you forget. If that is also not possible, abhyasepya abhi asamartaha asi. If the practice of this Bhagavat Smarana is also difficult, then mat karma paramo bhava. Do actions. Okay? Do actions. Specially designed actions. Okay? Or such do actions, mat karma paramo bhava, then madartham karmani kurvannapi. By doing these karmas, these actions towards me, also siddhim avapsasi. If you do actions also, okay, madartham karmani kurvannapi, by doing all these karmas towards me, madartham, if you do that, then what happens? Siddhim avapsasi. In due course you will attain me. Okay, mat karma paramo bhava. See, the distractions can be many in our lives. We can, of course, we want to always remember God at all times. Remembering God, I am talking about thinking of God at all times. We want to, but what happens due to our individual's prarabdha? The prarabdha can be many. There may be a job, or maybe family, very big family, and busy life. And sometimes it is possible that if someone wants to do a certain kind of remembering Bhagavan and things like that, our prarabdha will not allow us, certain conditions, which is very difficult to Bhagavan. So there are so many things. Then what to do is, then start doing certain actions. Okay, do actions as prescribed in the scriptures. Karmas, you do actions like puja or nama sankirtanam, chanting of Bhagavan's names. Okay, so this in Bhagavatam there is a beautiful sloka, Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnoho, Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnoho, Smaranam Padasevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. Smaranam Kirtanam Vishnoho, Smaranam Padasevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlada tells his father Hiranyakashipu what he learned and etc. When he asks, Prahlada says that you do Shravanam, you listen to Bhagavan's stories. Okay, listen to Bhagavan's stories, listen to the Tattvam, listen to the Upanishads, or listen to any stotrams, or listen to the stories like Srimad Bhagavatam or Ramayanam, etc. You listen Mahabharatam, all that. You listen to the stories of Bhagavan, then Sravanam, then Kirtanam Vishnoho, chant Bhagavan's names, chant the glory of God. Okay, this is also an action. Listening also is an action. Then do Kirtanam, chant, join some bhajans, etc. There are a lot of bhajans, sing. All that can be done. Sing, whether in Carnatic music or any folk music, any music, you include Bhagavan Nama in that. And if somebody is a musician, they can sing song Bhagavan's names. Okay, so Sravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Think of me, think of Bhagavan. Okay, Pada Sevanam. Pada Sevanam means you serve. You serve in the temples. You can clean, or you can bring flowers, or you can get water, or you can take flowers, fruits, etc. to the temple, and then do some pujas over there, do offerings, etc. So all the time you are going there, then do pradakshinam of you. When you do pradakshinam around the temple, etc. Tirthadanam, go to places, okay, where go to places like Kumbh Mela or other Tirthasnanam, etc. You can go visit the temples little far away. But all the time when we are doing this, going, coming, staying there, doing all this puja, remember, try to remember this Bhagavan. See, this we cannot do every day, right? This is very difficult to do every day. So whenever possible you do that. But on a daily basis you should do little bit of puja. Okay, have an idol at home. Okay, Shiva puja and all. Earlier and all, every house will have Shiva puja. Everyone will have some regular practice of doing some puja or going to temple, or regularly they go to temple. In the morning they will, after taking bath in the pond, they will straight away go to the temple, and then only they come home. So similarly now also it is a possible. On the way to office also some people go and then visit the temple and go. So, or in the morning as soon as we get up and then take bath, do some sort of namajapam, something, where all the time is not possible, but do some karmas, actions. Okay, Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam. Yeah, bring some flowers and then offer to God. Archanam, Vandanam, do Namaskaram, like Surya Namaskaram is there. There are, so you can do Namaskaram, 10 Namaskaram, Navagraha Namaskaram. Like that, you do Dandavat Pranamam. Okay, like that. Do Vandanam, Dasyam, do help others. Suppose some bhakta is there, a devotee is there, help them do perform. Suppose somebody is performing the puja, we can assist them, bring water, bring flowers, all that. Help the people who are doing the pujas, etc. That way also you can do Sakhyam, like Sugriva had a Sakhyam. He was a friend of Sri Rama. So similarly Arjuna was a friend. So similarly we can have friendship with Bhagavan. Friendship as a friend we can consider. That also is fine. Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam, give total surrender to Bhagavan. All these are various actions with which we can remember Bhagavan. So one is remembering Bhagavan at all times, seeing that Brahman is what everywhere, everything that I see, smell, taste, etc. is the God alone. Everything is God's manifestations. If that is not possible, do these kinds of actions through which we remember God. Okay, so this is the next method. So Bhagavan says, Abhyasepyabhis asamarthosi matkarma paramo bhava madartham abhi karmani kurvan. So all these actions to be done as Bhagavat Puja. Everything is Bhagavat Puja. It is all, I am doing all this for Bhagavan. Okay, there should be no personal desires. Very, very important here. So we should not have personal desires that I want this. So it should be done for Bhagavan only. It should be done for all God. Nothing for me. I don't want anything out of it. Okay, that should be the attitude. One second. So when we do this practice of Namajabam or Puja and Tirthayatra, etc., when we do, slowly these practices will lead to Ananya Bhajanam. Ananya Bhajanam means slowly it will remove other thoughts. Slowly it will remove other thoughts, and we will be more always Ananya Bhajanam, not thinking of other things, except God. That is Ananya Bhajanam. It will lead to Ananya Bhajanam, and it will culminate, it will stop, it will end in Jnanam. For definitely it will culminate in Jnanam and liberation will be possible. So all these practices will lead to focus the mind. It will lead to focus the mind in God. Okay, so that is the 10th verse. Now we'll move to the 11th verse. Okay, if this also is not possible, this also is not possible. Karma, all this, because of the prarabdham, because of the individual's location, then what to do? See, sometimes the situation at home or the individual personal, maybe somebody may be sick, won't be able to carry out this karmas, etc., getting up early or doing puja, all that also will be difficult. Or there may be other circumstances. Say for example, if someone is has a devotee, and whereas the others are all atheists, who they don't believe in God, etc. So in that house it will be very difficult to do these actions. This karma will not be possible. Suppose this individual want to go to temple and all that, they will make fun, or they will not allow, or various kinds of disturbances will be there, with which this individual may not be able to do these karmas. Okay, that is, and or otherwise also, because of the job or because of the some ladies, etc., as soon as they get up they have to start working in the kitchen, and then they got to go to the office, so they will not get time to do even for 15 minutes of this puja or half an hour. It's very difficult. So those, what to do for them? Bhagavan says, अथैददप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यदात्मवान्. अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यदात्मवान्. अथ Edatapi kartum. Now, if these special karmas, these specially designed karmas, okay, all these actions of puja or namajapam or chanting Bhagavan's name, etc., or going to temples, if that is also not possible, okay, if that also is not possible on a regular basis, if that also is not possible on a regular basis, daily, that is what, daily if you cannot do, okay, अथैददप्यशक्तोऽसि एतदपि कर्तुम् अशक्तः असि. If that is not able to do even these, madhyogam ashritah, do surrender to me totally. Okay, madhyogam means here bhakti yogam. Here madhyogam, my yogam, Bhagavan says, when he says my yogam, you can take it as bhakti yogam. Bhakti yogam means devotion towards me, totally surrender to me, totally, yad atmavane. Control your mind as much as possible. Control your mind as much as possible, yad atmavane, tadaha sarva karma phalatyagam kuru. You renounce the fruits of all your karma. See, when Bhagavan says renounce all together, it is not possible. If someone does that, that is clear, then that person is liberated. Okay, but here what Bhagavan says is, you sarva karma phalatyagam kuru, try that. Try practicing sarva karma phalatyagam, means here phalecha tyagam. Okay, remember, phalecha tyagam. It is not that you are working somewhere and then phalatyagam means when you get the salary, you say, I don't want the salary. That does not mean that. The ichha tyagam, the attachment towards that you renounce. You renounce the ichha tyagam. I want only this much. That adamant nature, that is what we have to drop. Okay, phalecha. Phalecha tyagam is different from phalatyagam. Okay, even though here Bhagavan says phalatyagam, we have to understand phalecha tyagam, and through that phalatyagam will happen. Phalatyagam will naturally happen. Okay, remembering God at all times and offering all the actions as Bhagavad Puja. Remembering Bhagavan at all times and offering all actions as Bhagavad Puja, or the special karma like rituals, etc., etc., if it is not possible, then, okay, at all times it's not possible because this person has got a prarabdha, etc., because of that location of that person in that place will make it impossible to do remember Bhagavan at all times, or even daily pujas also not possible. Then surrender to him. Surrender to him means pray. Just pray to him. What do you want to pray? By controlling your emotions. One second. Control your emotions, etc., and pray to God that please give me the ability to remember you, or let me think of you, or do certain actions whenever I get time. See, sometimes Sunday will be a possibility of doing little bit of actions, right? Sunday, if it is a holiday, that time may be possible, or sometimes we will get a chance to go to a temple, etc. Okay, not every day we may not be able to go to temple, but at times we will get a chance to go to temple. At times we will get an opportunity to listen to satsanga. Okay, so all that, whatever is there, Sravanam, Kirtanam, etc., whatever we explained, whenever possible we should do, and whenever possible remember to pray to God that let me get an opportunity to do these actions, or remember you, or Nama Sankirtanam, etc. Whenever I get a chance, let me do. Please give me the opportunity, and also you surrender everything to Bhagavan. What surrender? Sarva karma phalatyagam, phalecha tyagam. So, total renunciation, we are not talking about total renunciation at one go, but start practicing it. Start practicing it, that this is all Bhagavan's. This is not mine. Suppose we are getting some phalam, some material. See, all karma phala will be material only. All karma phalam will be material. So this material, this is not mine. This is Bhagavan's. This is God's. This is nothing mine. This should be the practice. Okay. Yeah. What is the goal? Goal is Bhagavat Prapti. The goal is Bhagavat Prapti. The goal is not materials. Okay, Sarva Karma Phalam, all Karma Phalam will be material only, but I don't want that. I want only Bhagavan. See, there can be desires, okay, but when we start practicing it, it will start reducing. It will start slowly, it will reduce. When the mind is fixed on materials, it is very difficult to think of God. Correct? But when we start practicing of thinking of God little bit, okay, and do actions little bit every now and then, when we get, slowly it will increase. It will take time, but it will definitely, it will slowly, it will start increasing, and then we also will get a chance to listen to the satsang. We will get a chance to listen. See, for example, if someone is going to the temple, whenever they get a chance, one fine day they will be going there, they will get a chance to listen to some satsang there. Some Upanishad or Gita Bhashyam will be going on, Gita Prabhashanam will be going on, that will enter into the ears. And once it enters, even it little bit, it will start functioning. See, if the medicine has gone inside, it will work. Whether we like it, whether we don't like it, the medicine will work. Whether we have taken bath, somebody was asking, okay, so if whether we can chant something without taking shower, bath, etc. I said, whether you take the medicine without taking bath or after taking bath, the medicine will work. Is it not? Similarly, if this Sravanam, if somebody listens to the satsang, the through the satsang, if anyone listens to the Bhagavad Karyam, it will work inside. It will definitely work. Okay. So the person who is always praying to Bhagavan that please give me a chance to do more of this rituals like puja, etc., or nama sankirtanam, remember you, always like that. When we start praying again and again, whenever we get a chance, whenever we remember, it will function, it will work, and then we will get more chances. It will lead to a state where every day there will be nama sankirtanam or there will be puja, etc., and then slowly that will lead to remember God at all times, and then through jnanam one will be definitely liberated. So the point is, the goal must be very clear. Okay, goal is very clear. Yeah. So this, as we discussed, puja, bhajanam, archana, okay, tirtha yatra, going to temples at other places, okay, not here, not at the local, but other places. When we get a chance, we go to some temple outside our city, like that is tirtha yatra, visiting temples, do various kinds of offerings, various kinds of offering, vratam. Okay, vratam we do, some Shivaratri vratam or Somavara vratam, like that. So many vratams are there, Ekadashi vratam, like that. So do all that through these practices. Okay, slowly we will start remembering Bhagavan at all times. Yeah. Okay, so we'll continue to the 12th verse. Twelfth verse is a fantastic verse. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasad jnanad dhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma phalatyagaha tyaga chandiranantaram. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasad jnanad dhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma phalatyagaha tyaga chandiranantaram. Jnanam. Jnanam is vastu bodham, knowledge, intellectual, clear understanding of Bhagavan from scriptures and Guru Mukham. Okay, clarity, without any doubt. Okay, without any doubt, intellectually it is clear. What is Bhagavan? Where is Bhagavan? Who is our Atma? Atma, okay, self. So that is very clear. That is Jnanam. Jnanam abhyasat shreyaha. This Jnanam is auspicious than dhyana abhyasam. See, dhyana abhyasam here abhyasam means without knowledge dhyana. Okay, understand that way. This abhyasad shreyohi jnanam abhyasad jnana dhyanam vishishyate. See, without jnanam, dhyanam, that is called abhyasam, and that abhyasam is, the jnanam is more auspicious than dhyanam. What sort of, than abhyasam. What sort of abhyasam? Abhyasam is dhyana abhyasam without knowledge. I hope I did not confuse you. Right? So, better indeed is the knowledge than the mechanical practice. That is abhyasam. Okay? We'll discuss this. He jnana dhyanam vishishyate. This jnanam, that is this jnanam, with jnanam, when we do dhyanam, this dhyanam becomes naturally easy. Okay, with jnanam becomes naturally easy. We will explain this in detail. Dhyanat, when this dhyanam becomes natural and at all times, karma phalatyagaha, karma phalecha tyagam becomes very easy. Okay, then tyagad, that is phalecha tyagad, with Bhagavad Smarana, always, that is already there. With Jnanam is there, So with Jnanam only, so Bhagavad Smarana is always there. Tyagad anantaram shantihi. That leads to parama shanti, ultimate peace of mind. Okay, this is interpreted differently in some other books, but we will follow one. Okay, the explanation that we are going to follow is we will follow that only. Tyagat shantihi anantaram. Our ultimate goal is Atma Shanti. Okay, and Atma Shanti is possible by total renunciation, tyagam. Okay, na karmana na prajaya dhane na tyage naike amritatvamanasyuhu. It's very clear. Only by total internal renunciation, only Shanti is possible. Okay, Amritattvam is possible. That is Jivan Mukti. Amritattvam is Jivan Mukti, Parama Shanti, that can be obtained only through total renunciation. Total renunciation. Now, Mayeva, earlier Bhagavan said that fix your mind and buddhi in me, Mayeva mana adatsva, in 8th verse, right? In the last class, last one, Mayeva mana adatsva, Mayi buddhim niveshaya, that he said, fix your mind and buddhi in me, then you will stay in me. Those who cannot do that, Bhagavan gave the next options, the 9, 10, 11 that we discussed today. 3 options Bhagavan gave. Through that, you remember me at all times. If you cannot remember me at all times, then do certain rituals through which you will remember me always. If you are unable to do even those rituals regularly, then try to do that. Try to remember me by sarva karma phalatyagam. Slowly, karma phalatyagam, phalecha tyagam, little bit you give. Little bit you renounce. And wherever possible you give others also. You give whatever you have earned, it is all Bhagavan's only. Thinking like that, you do some rituals or you give dhanam, like that. Okay, so slowly you bring yourself into the mode. Slowly you raise yourself to remember God at all times, and through which you will be liberated. So coming back to this verse, little bit of background we have to discuss. In Jivan Mukti Vivekam by Vidyaranya Swami, 3 things are mentioned there. 3 things. Remember these 3. What are these 3? One is Vastu Bodham. Tattva Bodham. Both are same. Tattva Bodham. Second, Mano Nasham. Third, Vasanakshaya. So, Tattva Bodham, Mano Nasham, Vasanakshaya. These are the 3 methods which have to be practiced together. These 3 have to be practiced together. Okay, not that you finish and then go to the second and then third. No, it doesn't happen that way. All 3 are practiced together only. So here this Vastu Bodham, this verse, see, this verse is directly connected with this. That is why I am quoting this Tattva Bodham, Manonasham and Vasanakshayam. How it is connected? See, Jnanam here says is that is Vastu Bodham. Okay, Jnanam is Vastu Bodham. Dhyana Abhyasam, whatever is mentioned as Dhyana Abhyasam with Vastu Bodham. Okay, Dhyana Abhyasam with Vastu Bodham will lead to Manonasham. And this Phalecha Tyagam, okay, Phalecha Tyagam, the desire to have a phalam, desire or attachment towards the phalam, the Icha Tyagam, the renouncing that Phalecha is Vasanakshayam. Okay, so Phalecha Tyagam is Vasanakshayam here, and Dhyanabhyasam is Manonasham, and Jnanam is Tattvabodham. Okay, so this is the connection between that and this one. So this Jnanam is what we learn from Guru Mukham and scriptures. Guru Mukham, Shastram. Okay, Guru Mukha and Shastram. Whatever we get is the Jnanam, intellectual, clear understanding of Vastu. What is the Vastu here? Atma. Okay, so if we start analyzing, we can come to know that there are only two things. One is Bodham or consciousness. The other is Jadam. What is this Jadam here? Jadam is names and forms. Names and forms. Vastu is Brahman, which is the subtlemost thing. And the other that appears, the appearance to this consciousness is names and forms. Similar to the gold and ornaments. Okay, all the ornaments, whether it is necklace or chain or bangles, the Vastu in that is gold. Right? Gold, actually, when you take a necklace or a bangle, it is pure gold only. The names and forms, okay, the shape or the name that is given to the shape will not add even a 1 gram extra to the gold in it. Similarly, the universe, the world that appears, okay, with the shape and name, okay, the names and forms that we see is not true. So what is truth is the consciousness. Okay, the Brahman, that is the only truth. The other is an appearance, and what you are seeing is Brahman. What you are smelling and tasting is Brahman only. That same Brahman which is appearing as names and forms. Okay, so the names and forms is the Jadam. What actual truth is Brahman, and that Brahman is Atma. The same is called consciousness, the same is called Bhagavan. Okay, so this is the knowledge. This Jnanam, we have to clear all our doubts in this. Whatever doubts are coming in our mind has to be cleared through contemplation, thinking ourselves, repeated thinking, and also clear the doubts from the scriptures and Guru. Okay, and whoever we are coming across, we should talk, discuss, anyonyam tat chintanam, tat kathanam, anyonyam tat prabodhanam. Okay, think of that, then tat kathanam, discuss about it, anyonyam tat prabodhanam, enlighten each other, talk to each other and clear the doubts. That is the only way to clear all the doubts, and there is intellectual clarity is there. This is the Vastu Bodham. Okay, this is the Vastu Bodham. See, we know all Drik Drishya Vivekam, etc. Right? Whatever we are seeing is the Drishyam. See, I was reading this Aparoksha Anubhuti, where there are so many verses which clearly says, which clearly Adi Shankaracharya clearly says that See, what in that verse is, I'll tell the meaning. See, this body which is constantly changing, right? The body which is constantly changing, and I don't change. Why I don't change? Because I am the same when I was very small, when I am born, and then always when I became 5-year old, 10-year old, 15-year old, I always see the change in my body, whereas this I-ness, it doesn't change. So, how is it possible that I am this body? Okay, how is it possible that I am this body? Because the drik, okay, I am able to see the change that is happening, right? That is happening. I am able to see the thing that is happening. And also we say my body, right? When we say my body, the things that are changing in the body at all times, I don't change, whereas the body changes. So it is very clearly, these two are two separate things. I is different from this deham. Okay, I is different from this deham. This deham is constantly changing, whereas I am not changing. So Adi Shankaracharya asks, how is it possible that I am this body? Okay, how is it possible that I am this body? This clearly it says that the body is different. It is the drishyam. It is an object. And who is the seer? The drik. I am the seer. So then I see the changes that is happening in the body, and also we see and we say as my body. How is it possible that this me and this body can be same? So it is very clear that I am not this body. Correct? I am not this body. With this simple argument, with this simple logic, it's very clear. I am not this body. Okay? So then once I realize this in me, once I understand this in me, it is the same everywhere. It cannot be different. It cannot be different in you. It cannot be different in animals or plants or the sun or moon or everywhere. It has to be the same. So what is it that does not change is I. And also, if this I have not changed, when this upadhi is changing all the time, say 100 years or 80 years or 90 years or whatever time, during the time, if this I has not changed, how this I can be different before that or after that? Even this before and after comes only in the presence of this deham. Right? There is no before and after. Correct? So this I ever exists. This I always exists. And that I, that consciousness, that is, what is this I? This I is just consciousness, bodham, right? Pure consciousness, without all the upadhis. All the upadhis are jadam, right from prana, mind and body. Or if you can take the other way, space, when the space vibrates more, it becomes air. See, when we say air, please understand that air does not mean this, the breathing air, okay? The one that we are breathing. Think of any gaseous state. Think of it as gaseous state, okay? Otherwise, this air, it will only conform to this earth. We are not talking about gaseous state. So, when the space vibrates, it becomes this air, and it vibrates more, it becomes fire. And when it vibrates more, it becomes water. And the same water, when it vibrates more, it becomes solid, like the earth, like earth, or it can be earth or the moon or anything that is rock solid. Okay, so the example is, see, we can take the example of steam. Steam you cannot see. Steam we cannot see. We are able to see steam only because of the moisture, water vapor in it. If there is no water vapor, you cannot see steam. Steam is colorless. So steam, when it condenses, it becomes water, and it condenses more, it becomes solid ice. Similarly, it is the space that has become the earth. Okay, suppose when I am moving, when I am moving this bottle here, okay, it is, when we think, what we generally think, that it is displacing something, right? This is displacing air. That is what we generally think. This is but it is not displacing space. It is not displacing space because this bottle is space. Okay, this bottle is space. Think of it. From where this bottle has come, the way we explained earlier how the steam became ice. Similarly, the space has become this earth or the solid. Okay, so when this is moving, it is the space only. There is nothing moving here. It is the space only appearing as this bottle. The space is what is appearing as water. The space is what is appearing as this air or fire. So if even you take the space as an object, okay, everything is space only. And where is the space? The space is, what is the background for this space? The space appears in you, the consciousness. The space is an appearance in consciousness. And that consciousness is you, Tattvamasi. That consciousness is me, Aham Brahmasmi. So there are two consciousnesses? No, only one consciousness. That consciousness, the space appears. And that consciousness is what we are all that consciousness. This is the Jnanam. This is the Vastu Bodham. When we understand this very clearly, then Dhyanam becomes easy. Dhyanam becomes easy. By practicing Dhyanam without this knowledge will not be strong. It is difficult to do Dhyanam without Tattva Bodham. So, Tattva Bodham helps to do Dhyanam. Think of this Bhagavan. Why? Because when you know this Tattvam as explained now, whatever you are seeing, whether you are doing a puja or whether you are sitting and then contemplating on something, or when you are seeing things in your transactions, the humans, the animals, everything is that God alone. Everything is consciousness alone, right? Anything that has come or that appears in consciousness has to be consciousness only. Like the water, the mirage water that appears on a desert, there is no water. Or the water that appears is desert only. The desert appears as consciousness. The snake that appears is rope. Even though there is an appearance of a snake, it is the rope that is appearing as snake. Similarly, whatever we are seeing, smelling, tasting, etc., everything is this consciousness alone. So the consciousness only is the truth. So it is easy to remember God with Vastu Bodham. Okay? And when the mind is not attached to the names and forms, again I repeat, when the mind is not attached to the names and forms, and the mind is always dwelling or established in Atma, is no more called a mind. Okay, there is no more called a mind. We call it a mind only when it is attached to things. When it is not attached to the objects, and when it is established in Atma, it is Atma only. The same mind is Brahman. It is no more called mind. And when with this jnanam, along with the jnanam, when we do dhyana then the phalecha tyagam also will become very easy. Because the swarupam of this Atma is Anandam. The swarupam is Ananda swarupam it is. It is the Shanti. Right? That is what Bhagavan said. Dhyanat karma phalatyagat shantir anantaram. So this karma phalatyagam becomes so natural. It becomes so natural, and that leads to Parama Shanti. Okay, so this verse we will discuss again in our next class. One more time we will go through this verse 12 and then we will continue. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tat Sat. Brahmarpanamastu.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.